Moon Knight. Moon Knight.
Moon Knight is their Batman.
Moon Knight is their Batman. What do you mean?
Moon Knight, all right. Moon Knight basically, Moon Knight was a character who was in Werewolf by Night that I think it's Doug Mensch he created, and he created with it might have been with Rick Buckler, but they created Moon Knight, and basically he was anti-hero to the anti-hero. So basically he became sort of a mercenary hero, but he had to be different from Batman. He had these three personalities. I think one's a millionaire, one's a I think a cab driver, and I forget the other personality.
Isn't it in the past and stuff like that?
Hmm?
From the past?
I don't know if it was in the past, but he had these three personalities, and basically Bill Sienkiewicz, they did a drawing where they would like move over old timer to Batman, and then Neil Adams drew the cover right after it where he threw his batarang at Moon Knight and said, "Excuse me." I think Burns said that Neil Adams' Batman is kind of jokey. He has a little humor in him, but basically from that point, Bill Sienkiewicz hooked up with Doug Mensch, and they basically made this fan favorite in Moon Knight. And Bill Sienkiewicz was supposed to be doing the Fantastic Four, and he wanted to do the Fantastic Four, but Jim Shooter, since Byrne showed interest in drawing the Fantastic Four, Sienkiewicz realized, hey, you know what, maybe
Moon Knight's better.
Moon Knight's the thing. And then he went totally, like the way Frank Miller blew up, he blew up on Moon Knight. Not as big as successful, but basically it took him into another realm. He went to the New Mutants, Straight Toasters, and now he just does illustrations. He's an amazing artist. He's always been, basically he's in the Byrne clone, in the Neil Adams clones, like Byrne was, like many artists, but he's the one that Neil Adams called up and said, "Hey, Marvel, I'm sending you an artist. He's good. You should get him on a book."
So tell us about some of the abilities of Moon Knight.
He's just he's just like a Batman character. He has gadgets, and he has he's a good fighter.
Powers.
No, he has his Moon Knight gadgets, but no special powers, no real special powers. And
any particular storyline that you think that would be?
Well, I mean, you could just go through it, but I think there's one. I think it's called Catch It. But basically, it's a mood sort of thing, and it's how it's. The problem is the same with Iron Fist. This book differently than the She-Hulk. This is a ground level character.
Okay.
Where you can throw in Werewolf by Night, because Werewolf by Night shows in there. But that's basically, you can do a dynamic werewolf in the movie, in the TV show.
So he's not at a mega level power like
you can do. That's the thing. You can do whatever they do with Nightshade or something like that. Those dark heroes, Batman, anything like that. You can do. This is within your budget to do it. Go through the comic book and pick it apart, and that's one thing that I think Iron Fist missed out on, because they could have really done an ode to the Iron Fist series, because Iron Fist talks in the third, there's captioned in the third person, where you are Iron Fist. They could have done something where they did a real dark sort of thing. So.
D'Onofrio from Daredevil, the Kingpin, he's still pushing for Marvel to do another series, another season.
He should.
Either them or Defenders or whatever, but he wants to do another season.
It's to do the Hollywood thing. No, to do the Hollywood thing of saying that was their thing.
Exactly.
We can't do their thing because that's their brand. It's all Hollywood speak. It's nothing. It's like, if they want to do it, they can do it. We can't say
they can buy it all. That's all
they can decide. They can make a deal where it's like, you know what, we want to keep these guys. The same like the way Spider-Man is going to Sony. It's like, no, we're paying for these things anyway.
Well, Spider-Man's already with Sony. It wasn't like just happening.
No, but I'm saying that the idea that like the first thing was said, a friend of mine said that they had to get a new Spider-Man because that's Marvel Universes. And most people it's not. It's not.
That's Sony Spider-Man.
Yes.
They let Marvel play in the Sony world, in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.